Now today I'm going to do a question from limits, that is limit n is tending towards infinity, gif of 1 raised to power 7 into x plus gif of 2 raised to power 7 into x, and goes so on till gif of n raised to power 7 into x whole divided by n raised to power 8. So first of all, I want to tell you something about gif. So gif of x in general, it's less than equal to x and it's greater than x minus 1 here, and this is valid for any real number here. Now let's say the whole number, this whole thing is equal to a value that is capital L here. Now I'm going to approximate this and I'm going to apply here the same thing. So let's say the whole value L. Before limit I'm doing this. The whole value L is less than equal to, I can write gif of 1 raised to power 7 into x as 1 raised to power 7 into x here, plus 2 raised to power 7 into x here, and 3 raised to power 7 into x here, and so on till n raised to power 7 into x whole divided by n raised to power 8 is there. Now on the left hand side, it's greater than, it is equal to, and you can say here, I'm going to write the same number and minus 1. So every time I'll get minus 1, I'll get 1 raised to power 7 into x minus 1 plus 2 raised to power 7 into x minus 1, and it goes till n raised to power 7 minus into x minus 1 whole divided by n raised to power 8 here. Now again I'm going to rewrite the L as, it is less than equal to, if you take x outside, then x will be outside here, and we'll get this as summation of n raised to power, or you can say x raised to, or n raised to power 7 here, where n is varying from 0 to, as you can say, n, and whole divided by n raised to power 8 is here. Now here we have less than, same thing, summation of n raised to power 7, and minus 1 we'll get how many times? We'll get this as n times. So minus n here and multiplied by x here, and the whole thing is divided by n raised to power 8 here. Now I have to take limit on both sides. Now after taking limit on both sides, the right hand value will be in the terms of limit n is tending towards infinity x into summation n is varying from 0 to n raised to power 7 upon n raised to power 8. So this feels like a sandwich theorem, because if you calculate from left hand side and right hand side, it will give you the same value. Now you must be thinking that why it's an advanced question. The reason is, right now you don't know summation of n raised to power 7. Now I want to share you the important generalization here, which is really important for JEE Advanced. Now so far this has not been asked in IIT-JEE Advanced. So generalization is how to tackle summation of n raised to power 7 here. So I think so far you know summation of n, the sum of first and natural number, that is n into n plus 1 divided by 2 here. Similarly, you know summation of n square, that is n into n plus 1 multiplied by 2n plus 1 divided by 6 here. Similarly, I think you know summation of n cube here, so that is n into n plus 1 divided by 2 whole square. Now one important generalization is, if you check here, that is whenever summation of n raised to power 1 is present, on the other side you will get n square divided by 2. This term will be, for sure, will be present here. Similarly, whenever you have n raised to power 2, then on the other side, I think n cube divided by 3 will be present here. You can check here, because we'll get n into n square, and then 2n cube divided by 6 will be n cube by 3. Similarly, as you can predict here, whenever n raised to power 3 is present, then that means what is present here? N raised to power 4 and divided by 4 will be, for sure, will be present here. So using this generalization, I can say that whenever n raised to power 7 is present, there must be n raised to power 8 divided by 8. So I'm going to solve from right hand side, because that will be easy for me. If you want to solve from left hand side, you will end up getting the same answer. So I'm solving the limit here. Limit n is tending towards infinity, L will be equal to limit n is tending towards infinity, x is outside here as it is, and I'm applying the same concept here. So if I open, I'll get this as n raised to power 8 by 8 plus n raised to power 7 by, I don't know what is there. I don't know, because summation of n raised to power 7 is not there. So I don't know what are the terms are there, but I'm sure that n raised to power 8 divided by 8 for sure will be there. And I have to divide the whole thing by n raised to power 8 here. So let's divide. So I'll get this as limit n is tending towards 8, n is tending towards infinity here, x as it is. Now let's divide by 8. So here you'll get this as 1 by 8 plus 1 by n times something plus 1 by n square times something, and so on. Now if you notice one thing, Rest of the term will give you nothing, because as n is tending towards infinity, this will tend towards 0, 1 upon infinity 0. Similarly, 1 upon infinity square 0, and rest of the term will be 0. So here our final answer will be x multiplied by 1 by 8. So answer is x by 8. And that will be all.